Hi Collective, welcome to the channel. I'm Crystal, Divine Messenger, delivering messages to you from the higher realms. Welcome in everyone. So we're connecting with the energies today of 1117, vibration of an 8 today. Now we're also feeling the energies of this intense new moon in Scorpio that is coming in, because we're only 3 days away from officially the new moon, but things have been really amped up and really intensified as of late because of the Taurus supermoon that we had. That was a really, really big new moon, or full moon for closing out major cycles. It was our biggest full moon of 2025, okay? So major things closing out were triggering these new things, and it's kind of also because of the intense energies of the Scorpio new moon coming in, we're kind of solidifying and closing out a lot of these toxic patterns and cycles of things that have been taking a long time. It's like, say you've been trying to end a relationship or a situation or make some sort of major change in your life, where it's taken like multiple attempts and tries to be able to do so. That's kind of where you can feel that this is finally closing out. And sometimes it takes the new to kind of replace past. It's like, say you wanted to get a new job or start a new life cycle. Well, kind of like you can't really let go of the past until you see the new emerging, right? So that's kind of what I'm feeling. I felt to pull some clarifying love situations. I've been feeling very heavily that this is on an emotional level, an intense level, that for a lot of you, this has to do with relationships and love. Okay, so if you don't feel like your love situation is changing or something like that, then this reading may not be for you. But you can still take away the teachings that I'm giving on the new moon in Scorpio and different things that come through, as all of my readings have different teachings or encoded with different things, even if the tarot and the oracle is not aligning with your personal situation. But know that Spirit guided you here to see this, right? And all of my readings are timeless, as time is not real. It's really just a construct here for the 3D realm. So if you're catching this outside of the new moon in Scorpio in November on the date, that's fine as well. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. All of my content over here is free, so why not? You attracted the vibe, and the more you interact with me, the more I feel your energy. Even if you're just watching, leaving emojis, comments, all of that, I appreciate it all. All right, so let's get into the love clarifying. Now remember, it's a general collective energy. So if you feel like some of these cards are fitting and others are not, then leave them out. All right, let's see what's going on here, what's coming out. Shards of love. Past traumas leave scars. Take time to heal yourself. Okay, see, so for some of you, these are deep scars that are emerging, that are finally coming to cleanse out. In the reading that I was doing yesterday, I was talking about a deep wound that was impacting me for over 10 years that I didn't even realize it was, but on a level it was affecting my nervous system. It wasn't allowing me to fully like relax and let things in, because there were certain things that kind of caused some trauma, okay, due to fear, right? And for some of you, especially if you were down this path of like repeating cycles, like say you were in a relationship with an abusive partner or a cheater or something like that, somebody that kept you constantly on edge, not trusting, fear-based, whatever, and maybe you got out of that relationship, but then you get into another relationship and you're like, oh my gosh, like this person is making me feel the exact same way, but I know this does not have to do with the trauma within myself, it's just how they're treating me. But really, you really do attract those things, because from a higher level, you need to understand the way that this mirror reality works is that you attract internally what you feel. We're like magnetic. We magnetically attract what we feel inside. So when you do attract somebody that is mistreating you and things like that, you subconsciously, you have a level, you have something within you that is feeling as though you deserve to be treated that way, or you have a fear of it, or something, you've experienced some sort of thing. It's some sort of trauma that you have not healed yet, so you are attracting it. Okay, so for some of you, that's where I'm going to help you cleanse this out. Hold on, let me move this incense. It's a bit too strong. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. We have healing frequencies that are going within this reading. Okay, so there's different things, right? Different things could be triggers and get brought up, which really that's how you heal from things. You release the energies that are that you're feeling, right? So if different things are coming up that you're thinking about, that you're feeling, that you haven't felt in quite some time, they're meant to come up to purge. Like a lot of times too with the frequencies that I play, they could cause you to get emotional, they could cause you to start crying and things like that, and you might even be like, I don't even know why I am, things like that, because these are the deep emotions that you've hidden that are coming out now, right? Okay. So we have devotion blooms here as well. Nurture both blossoms and thorns with tenderness. Okay. And beloved wisdom, love is a choice you make every day, so choose wisely. Sorry, Mercury. Mercury retrograde has been getting me heavy this time. Oh my gosh, I've been having so many things like on. Wishful thinking, having lofty ideals leads to a letdown. Be realistic. Oh wow. Okay, now it's beautiful to have wishful thinking and to have like fantasies and things like that. It helps your mind get in track. It's kind of what I was doing earlier, is I was getting fed up with like a fantasy, and I was kind of like speaking out loud, and I was like, I'm so tired of this just being in fantasy. I want to see it solidified. I want to see it in this physical realm. So I was literally saying things like, oh my gosh, like this is not just going to be a fantasy anymore. This literally needs to be something that I need to start to see it taking effect, it taking something happening, right? So it's definitely going in alignment with the energy that I'm feeling, right? We have a hard climb here. Many issues deal with difficult conversations. So for some of you, this has to do with a conversation that needs to be had, okay? We have in a fog, fear, obligation, or guilt makes you stay, get clarity. For some of you, you could be realizing that you have trauma bonded to a situation. You've stayed in a situation due to codependency, but it's really stemming from some sort of deep trauma or wound. Whether you feel as though you're not lovable enough, you don't think that you will align with somebody that will treat you better, that will love you. No, a lot of people get in that energy of like being complacent. Like, I'd rather be with you than be by myself, be alone. Like, I don't feel as though, you know, I can find somebody that is going to love and adore me as I am. Okay, so like I said, if any of the stuff that I'm talking about, you do not feel like it is your story, then don't claim it, because I'm seeing feeling multiple different things coming through. I'm getting distracted. Okay, so ticking clock, let love unfold naturally and give it time to grow. Okay, like if you really don't know where you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to be doing, who you're supposed to be in relationships with, because I'm getting this confusion energy, you really need to pour that love and focus into yourself. A lot of times we put a lot of energy out into seeking our next lover or our divine lovers, or what they love to do in this collective, the online spiritual communities in tarot and all of that, is the twin flame. I am so over hearing about the twin flames. Yo, like there is so much, like okay. Nobody even really explains the twin flame journey as they should. It just got, I'm hearing glorified, but that's not the word. I don't even know what that means. Really, it got really used as like people seeking that to be their highest level love connection. Really, it's not at all. Your twin really mirrors every aspect of yourself to get you to come full and complete within yourself, for you to literally see all of the flaws within yourself, to heal all of those aspects of yourself. And it really teaches you to actually detach and fully love yourself, okay? That nobody's gonna love you more than you, that it's about you love yourself, you attract everything that you deserve and desire. Love is a bonus, love grows, but it all comes within yourself. So to try to like think that, oh, you have this perfect lover out there that's gonna love you and perfectly way, and you're gonna be in perfect harmony and bliss, like, no, you're not. That is not what it's about. You know how boring that would be too? It would be so boring to have just like you know, it's just like with relationships and things like that. Like, it's, you know, they're never just you get together and you're in this perfect harmony. It's always about overcoming situations and relationships and being there for someone. Like, do you know how beautiful it is when somebody is like there for you, has your back, helps you overcome things, all of these different situations? You know what I mean? It's like, You you got someone that really loves you when they stay with you through all of those tough and those challenging times. They help you overcome your obstacles and your challenges. They love you when you're difficult. Like, something that's very beautiful that my lover says to me a lot is, he's like, whenever you say you're a handful, or people may say that you're a handful to me, I always say, well, I guess it's a good thing I have two hands then. You know what I mean? It's one of those, like, can you handle things? Can you what can you take, and things like that. That's why sometimes, like, you do need to take breaks from love connections and relationships and people and have that separation, because then sometimes you get out of their energy and being so connected, then you're in your own energy, and then you can come back together and help each other through situations, right? Okay, I don't want to get hung up too much talking about the twins and mirrored realities and things like that, but they put way too much, like, if you're going out there, like, you think that, it's just like, I always knew a while ago, like, if you have somebody that loves and cares about you, but then you're trying to find somebody else to love to care about you, then you're missing the lesson, and you're not even appreciating what you have in front of you. If you have somebody with you, and you're in a relationship with them, and they love you and care about you, and you're in a situation, then what are you doing trying to find somebody else? Like, get out of that situation then, if you don't feel that way. Or it's just like, you just being greedy. Like, you know what I mean? You can't even appreciate the love that somebody has for you right with you. Why do you really think that you're going to get somebody better? No, you're not. You're going to get someone that's going to treat you far worse, because if you had somebody right in front of you that was loving you, caring about you, being committed to you, being loyal to you, and you go find somebody else while with them, especially if you're hiding that, like, you're looking for a whole mess of problems, yo. Like, and you don't deserve love. Like, you're shunning it right in front of you. That's what I mean. Those are the people that need their egos checked for sure. Okay. I'm gonna release that energy. I don't want to get into that. Okay, so there's this energy, like, you need to know you always attract your soulmates too. Like, that's another thing that drives me crazy when people want to speak their mind about relationships. And, we want to seek advice. We want to ask our friends and family about connections and stuff that we are in. You should never speak your mind about somebody and their love connections or their relationships, because everybody aligns and attracts exactly who they are meant to, who they are assigned to, who they have soul contracts with. Like, divine is very much aware of how somebody is living their life. Okay, and as much as you think that you have free will, you do to make certain choices, but you need to understand that you're only going to be aligned with things that the divine has and with your blueprint to your life. So even though, you get to choose, you still have a whole blueprint of a life that you're going to be living. So it's kind of like, you think that, say you're on a map, right? And you think that, like, you can travel wherever you want on that map. No, really, you're on a road, okay? Your roads and your paths are paved for you, but you have certain exits that you can get off, and certain decisions you can pick when you want to stop, when you want to advance forward, how far you want to go. You can decide how long you want to stay at a certain destination. You get to decide these things, right? But it's already navigated for you. Okay, so that's what I mean. So when people want to try to say things like, and you can have people mess you up and get you to end connections and get out of relationships with people that are meant to teach you these very powerful lessons. Like, say you're in a karmic relationship that's supposed to teach you some sort of lesson, right? Maybe you're supposed to heal something with insecurity issues, and you're like, oh, this person ain't right for me, and because you're so shallow, you don't want to see why you attract that from a higher level. So you're like, it's this person's got insecurities, and you're listening to all your friends, whatever, so you end that connection. Now, guess what? Now, they don't see how your heart is affected by that, because as much as you may think that, oh, I can walk away from this untouched, you're going to feel it. And you separate and all of that, right? It's why, like, you have bounds and ties and cords. You're going to be feeling their energy along with yours while you're detaching. Well, anyway, you go through that. You think you've healed from it, whatever. You finally detach. You're not feeling sad and depressed and lonely and all of the energy that you're feeling, whatever. And say you do some cord clearings, you finally disconnect, finally get away or whatever. Well, now you're going to attract another partner and get into another relationship with someone that's going to treat you the exact same way, but probably harder, because you missed the lesson the first time, because you wanted to listen to your friends and family. So see, they get more and more intense. You will overcome your lessons that you are meant to before you can advance to the next level. And a lot of people get hung up and stuck in situations that are on repeat and cycles because they keep missing the lessons. Well, anyways, I'm here to help you identify those lessons. I am here to help you advance to your next level. But first, you got to realize, when you recognize a pattern, when Spirit is showing you something, they're showing you patterns, they're showing you cycles, you're taking a look at externally, I'm going through this is what I see in my partner. Now, how is that a reflection to yourself? How are you doing those things? When you heal thyself, now you're ready for next level. Now, for some of you, you have already done the healing. Whether you realize it or not, you have already seen in your partner, in your love situation, and sometimes it could literally be a coworker, a neighbor, just somebody you align with that's showing you a mirrored reflection of yourself, an aspect of yourself. It doesn't always have to be like a love connection, but this is how I'm reading it in this reading. So when you heal that, you heal yourself, now you no longer need to repeat the cycle. And a lot of times when you're starting to recognize the cycle and the pattern within somebody, now you are ready to level up. Okay, so for a lot of you, this is where the moon cycles come in. They help you level out. They help you close out these situations. Because sometimes, especially if we're dealing with the codependency one that I'm feeling coming out, you can very, very heavily have somebody keep you on their timeline, keep you in their cycle because of the codependency, because they do not want to let you go. So for some of you, you could be stuck in that situation, and that situation is where it's coming in very, very heavy. That is where cycles are really being shown to you. And for some of you, divine intervention does occur here. And sometimes that's literally when you see things happen quick, when they happen fast, when they happen abruptly, like when Spirit loves to knock towers over, you know that they're divinely inspired and guided. That's why if people are removed out of your life, people are moved, situations like that occur. That's why I say you need to let those situations happen. Do not try to intervene, because then all you're going to be doing is now you're going to be getting punished. Because for a lot of you, those situations, people will get removed and things like that when karma's coming down. So if you don't want to experience other people's karma, then you better stay out of situations. Like whenever people are telling me things that they be going through, I be supportive from the sidelines. I don't pull myself into it, and I damn sure don't get in people's business, right? Sometimes people just have to learn those harsh lessons too, and sometimes I do come across people where, like, I can see the towers getting ready to fall in their world, but at the same time I can't warn them because I know that it's things that they need to experience. It's things that they need to go through, because if they don't, they're not going to learn. And ultimately it's going to hurt them more. It's like I want to step in and help them, but at the same time I don't, because it's going to hurt them more in the long run if they don't experience this tower now. And now they're going to have to go through a whole nother relationship situation cycle. It's going to hold them back. You know what I mean? So you're either following what I'm saying or you're not. I read for different level consciousnesses, so when you're ready to comprehend the levels that I'm transmitting, then you will. Sometimes you might feel guided to take a look at a reading at a later date or to watch it again, and you can do that as well. Okay, so I wanted to pull some tarot before I run out of time here. I only got like 3 minutes available for this reading. 22:53 is all I have available. So, all right, so let's get some tarot out on this. Get some more cards. All right, Spirit, what other closing messages are coming out with this? And feel free to take a look at more readings, right? I try to upload at least 3 a day, and normally the vibes, they build off of each other. We've got the 7 of Wands, the 5 of Wands, and the Page of Swords. Okay, so in this deck that I felt guided to grabbing today, under the Awaken, I'm an intuitive psychic reader, so I read intuitively. Okay, at certain cards, I read them as certain levels. Wow, we got 3-3 timeline here. Wow, 3 of Wands, 3 of Swords. You see, you've been in this pain and betrayal. The 33rd timeline, like for some of you, you're on like a 33rd life path. You know, like Jesus timelines. So for some of you, you've went through like a lifetime of like struggle and pain and things like that. Wow. And and you might be in this cycle thinking like, I've went through so much pain and things, and it's like you could be thinking that, okay, well, more pain's going to be coming on this timeline. It's like you're waiting for more pain. You're waiting for more pain and betrayal But see, this is where I'm trying to let you know that this is patternings, these are cycles, these are traumas, these are wounds that you need to stop integrating. You need to stop looking for like the devil's advocates, okay, in a way. Like the worst time scenario, things like that. You need to change that. And you change it by healing, by releasing, by surrendering, by letting go, forgiving. See, Two of Swords. You get to make this decision. See, Four of Pentacles. You're holding on to this. Judgment's being called. See, Four of Cups. There could be a missed opportunity here because you don't want to go on a timeline. You don't want to. You're at this precipice with the Two of Swords. You're at this place of getting to make a judgment on your next life path, your next cycle. Do you want to repeat another cycle of pain, betrayal, heartbreak? You're at this time now where now you get to release it. You get to surrender it. This is what this big, beautiful Taurus full moon is doing. And now with Scorpio new moon, you're creating new. That's what I'm saying. These are going in tandem, as they always do. Seven of Wands, boundaries. You know, with this card, she's looking. I feel that you've established a lot of boundaries. Maybe you've isolated a bit too much. Maybe this is about coming out of isolation, not having your boundaries so strong, honoring those boundaries, maybe understanding. For some of you, sometimes we create such strong boundaries that we don't let love in. For some of you, I feel you have boundaries with yourself. It's like you feel that you're not deserving of things. Like if you haven't bought yourself a gift or done something beautiful for yourself, you need to go do that. The Five of Wands, this is my sacrifice card in this deck. You could have had family and friends or, you know, sacrifice you, kind of use you like as a scapegoat. And that's what I'm kind of feeling like has happened. I'm almost out of time. Got like about a minute left. But for some of you, you could have been the family sacrifice. Kind of, I like to say the saying like bad penny. You kind of could have felt like you were the bad penny of the family. Like you always did something wrong and things like that because you're the healer of your family. You're right? So you shine differently. Your family felt that and they were jealous and envious of that. So instead of honoring you being the healer, but see, you really absorb all of it and you transmute it. So whether you realize that you've been healing it or not, you have been. But see, some of these residual wounds may come deep from childhood or stand deep from your family. So for some of you, like if you're looking for your family and this could be like mother, father wounds, things like that. If you're looking for them to support you, honor you, love you, like you're never going to find that. You need to realize that. This was always about you loving yourself, you healing yourself to heal them, to stop these bloodline curses, to stop these. You're the generational curse breaker. You're going to heal the bloodlines of your family by loving yourself and healing yourself. And you're on the verge of that right now. So you're uncovering these things. So for some of you, this could be about stonewalling, icing out those people that may, you know, hurt you, come at you. And that's what this could literally be, to kind of stop the siphoning and the energy and the sacrificing.